C language has a inbuilt operators. Operators basically perform the operations on operands. We know that, right? Operators, which we use for actually manipulating the data and then variable content, right? So that is what I think today's topic. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. Welcome to Maths Bridge. We shall continue our C programming learning. Okay, we are actually part of a slogan called a train and learn. We train, you will get an opportunity to learn. Okay, without further delay, let's get started. Folks, please do visit us at our YouTube channel Maths Bridge. I'm sure I think you are already subscribed to the channel. If you have not, please do subscribe the channel and then support us. Thank you and then happy learning. Here is our today's agenda. Conditional operator. So conditional operator in C is similar to if-else statement in C. Conditional operators, normally we say it takes less space than the if-else. In other way, what you are saying is like it helps to write the if-else statement in a short way using conditional operator. So conditional operator is nothing but a ternary operator. Is a pair of question mark and then colon. What you can call it as like an if-else then kind of a simulation. If you look at a pictorial representation, this is called expression 1, expression 2, expression 3 joined together with the ternary operator. So how it is going to evaluate? Expression 1 is kind of like a condition. It's like a Boolean condition. It can be either true or false. If the expression 1 evaluates to true, then the return value would be expression 2. If the evaluated output of expression 1 is a false, then the return value would be expression 3. That's why if it is true, then expression 2 is going to be your return value. If expression 1 is kind of a false, then expression 3 would become like your return value. That is how I'm pointing. If you could look at a representation of if-else block for this conditional operator single line representation into if block. Let's say like I have a two variables a equal 10, b equal 15. If a equal to b, the return value is a, else the return value is b. See, this is called a expression 1, this is expression 2, this is expression 3. Based out of this condition, right, the Boolean condition, true or false. If it is true, if block is going to be your return value, else block, if it is false, else block would be your return value. That is how you could see it. Look at this sample program and then what output it generates. A equal 10, b is equal 25, and then my result equal to a greater than b. If a greater than b, then a would return, else b would return. So now smaller value is like a 10. So a greater than b is true or false. So this expression is basically false. If it is a false, what would return? Would it return a or b? Definitely b would be your return value, and hence 25 is what you are seeing on the display. Are you clear? If this condition is true, the return is a, otherwise b. In our case, like a 10-25 comparison, 10 is greater than 25 is like a wrong statement, right? Logically, if we evaluate this expression, this becomes like a false. If it is a false, what would return? We return like a else block. That's called a b block. If else then, right? That's what I'm saying. Quick summary. The conditional operator is a single programming statement, can only perform one operation. If else statement is kind of a block of statements, right? The nested ternary operator is a complex and hard to debug. one ternary is fine, but if you wanted to keep adding like a nested ternary, then it is really a difficulty for you to debug if you have some problem. Okay, whereas if else nested can be easy to read, easy to debug, right? That's kind of like pros and cons between the conditional operator versus like if else statement. A few sample programs for the demo. Let's walk through with them. Okay, let me display my first program, which we discussed in the previous slide. Let me compile and run this one. Okay, what I have here is like a and b loaded with like a 10 and 25, and then I'm saying like if a greater than b, a, else b is what you would return result. So from this 10 and 25, what you would know, 10 less than 10 is less than 25 or greater than 25. What I'm saying is like a greater than b, 10 greater than 25. 10 greater than 25 is like a false statement. If it is a false, then I would see, okay, else block is what you are going to return. So b would be your final result, which is a 25. Let me compile and run it and see what would be output. Okay, so it has some error. You know why? Maybe this could be error. All right, so you agree. So 25. If you want to just make a modifications quickly, what you would do, keep this is like a 50. Okay, then your answer would be 50, right? Let's compile this code and run it and then see that output. Do you see this now? 50 greater than b, yes, that's true. So a returns a is a 50. Okay, this is one example. So single statement you would do multiple things. Now go back to a second example. Do you see what this example says? So you have to read two numbers from input and then find out what's the max between the two numbers. That's what it is using conditional operator. The fundamentally this is same. This one, number one is greater than number two is kind of expression. Based out the expression, either you would return num1 or num2 as a max, right? That is what you see. Let's compile this code and run it. It prompts you to actually enter the numbers. Okay, so suggest some number. Okay, I would say like 100 is one, maybe 200 is second. So 100 and 200. So 100 greater than 200, is it true? Absolutely no. So num2 would be your result. Let's see. Great, the max number is 200. Agree? So single statement, how it produce the same output like a if block, if else block. Do you see like a fun using a conditional operator? That's true. So let me take a look at this next example. What happens? I would do go to third one. Okay, one more fun. So I'm taking input number and then just checking like whether the number is like even number or odd number using conditional operator. Again same, given number is basically like num divided by 2, like a modulus operation. If remainder is like 0, this means like even number, else odd number, right? If expression is true, then we can say even number. If expression is false, then becomes like odd number. That is how it is. So one single statement does if else then block. Okay, let me compile this and then run it. Okay, enter the number. So what number you wanted to enter? Maybe I would enter like a 25. So 25 is odd number. So I would supposed to get same answer, odd number. Great. Let me test one more time with even number. Okay, recompiling. Okay, I would put now 30, enter even number. So my program is working. Correct? That's good. So the last fun example. Let's go to the fourth one and compile this paste and then just checking. See what I was actually referring in this. I enter age. If the age is 18, then I would want to say like you can have a bank account. If you have less than 18, then you are not eligible for the bank account. That is what it is, right? But I am duplicating same thing with equivalent of if else statement. Both should actually produce the same output for the same input. Let's see. Now you enter, maybe you enter like 25, right? Then see like what would be the output. Great, you can have a bank account. So my logic is working irrespective of seeing internally like how the logic works. Agree? Right. So if I can redo the same with like in a different case test, let me recompile back. So let's put how much, 17 maybe, then see what happens. Right, you are not eligible for bank account. That's great. See, so this is how a conditional operator works. So if you understand this concept, I think you can definitely leverage this wherever it is applicable. All right, good luck. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on bell icon and leave the comments. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to upcoming sessions.